Peace and blessings. This is Sista Asia, and you're watching The Bee Shine. The way I fell in love with hip-hop was through a underground venue called Unity. My dear friend, Bigga B, rest in power, started this venue. He worked for Loud Records, and he brought the Wu-Tang, Boot Camp, Mobb Deep, Nas, Common, all the East Coast artists came to the West Coast, and I fell in love with the music. I also fell in love with the culture of b-boys, graffiti, the DJs, and the MCs. So that's really where my love for hip-hop started. My most memorable hip-hop moment was when I met the Wu-Tang Clan. I was in awe of these brothers with their New York fashion style, their lingo, and just the way they always talked about God. But my most memorable was the day that ODB, Russell Jones, rest in peace, he gave me the name Sista Asia. It was a funny conversation, but to make a long story short, he said, okay, well then you're just going to be my Sista Asia. And that's how it stood with me, Sista Asia. When I met Bigga B, I told him, hey, if you ever need any help with these venues, let me know. So I became his, guest list. I was his guest list girl. If you were on the guest list, you'd come and see me. Then I started catering and supplying food for the venues. Then I started catering record release parties, and ODB, again, was that integral connection who I catered for about maybe 1,000 people at his gold record release party through Elektra Records. And that was kind of like a big moment for me, too, because then I started catering all other kind of hip-hop venues. I got a job at Cybertech GS Sportswear, where we were kind of the go-to clothing company to have artists use our clothing line to be in the videos, such as the Wu-Tang, MC Lyte, Aaliyah. Oh gosh, rest in power, Aaliyah. When I got to work with her and style her for One in a Million, that was like another high peak moment of my life. But that's when I became involved with fashion styling with Will Smith, Men in Black. But that was another part of my hip-hop adventure of being a stylist as well. So I wore many hats, but master of none. If I may say, my most favorite moment was when I was asked to be on the Rude Awakening album of Smith & Wesson, which at that time they were called the Cocoa Brothers. Big shout out to the whole boot camp family. But Steele had asked me to come into the studio, and they were working on a song called Maya Angelou, and I started harmonizing to the beat, and he said, you know what, go in the booth, let me record that. And they kept that recording, and they blessed me with that and put me on that album. And from that moment, about 6 months later, I get a call from Raptivism Records looking for me, asking me to be on the No More Prisons compilation album. This right here is an honor. At my age, to be blessed to be on a compilation album and then have my single come out to be a single with Dead Prez. This is my most favorite moment in hip-hop, my own single, No More Prisons. I was so involved with hip-hop that I was gone a lot from my children, and I'm sure it bothered them because I was in and out of California, flying to New York, flying back home, kind of in and out of my children's life. And now when I look back at it, I don't regret it, but I'm not that happy that it went the way that it did. That's just how things worked out. But now I'm a mom, I'm a grandmother, I live with my children, they're all around me, and I'm still able to, fulfill my passion, which is hip-hop. I even used to rock the Timberland boots and the camouflage and, the sweats and things of that nature, but that culture is making a comeback. I see a lot more kids rocking Timbs. The hoodies are always going to be a part of the hip-hop culture. The saggy jeans and, big baggy clothes is not what it used to be. I'm not too on the skinny jeans, but it is what it is. I say bring back the Timbs and always keep your hoodie on. My biggest accomplishment and something that I've overcome was surviving brain surgery. 3 years ago, I was with Rod Digga, and I collapsed, and I was taken to Banner Thunderbird Hospital. Big shout out to everybody there that saved my life. I had emergency surgery, and from that moment, I realized that God had put a little stop on me, like slow down. I was moving fast all over the place, not eating the way that I should be, but that is the biggest accomplishment. That is a big hurdle that I have overcome. It's been 3 years, and I'm thankful, I'm grateful, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm whole, and I'm complete now. So that probably would be the biggest hurdle for me to overcome during that time, because I was away from the industry. But then when I recovered, what did I do? I went straight to Rock the Bells, got to see everybody, and it's a passion of mine. This is not my job. It is not my career. It is a passion that I have because I've been blessed to meet so many people and still be in touch with them as brothers and sisters. So that would be it. That's the highlight of overcoming brain surgery. One thing that I'm proud that I did was to start my own movement by the help of the GZA. I started a platform called the Truth Serum Sanctuary. After surgery, I said to the Most High, if you allow me to come back after this surgery, I want to serve you through music and have a platform where I can talk to children and inject the young ones with the Truth Serum. My mission is to give them a third eye vision. So I did do that. I accomplished that. That was a dream come true for me to hand the mic to the GZA and say, all right, now GZA is going to perform for you on my stage. So Truth Serum Sanctuary, that is my highlight right now. You know, what I'd like to leave behind as far as the legacy of hip-hop is to keep the culture pure and alive. It's not just about getting on the mic and spitting lyrics, because yes, lyrics matter, but there's more to hip-hop that we need to preserve, which is the graffiti, the b-boys, the b-girls, the DJs, even the producers that I feel get so overlooked. That is something that we need to keep and teach the children about DJing and the b-boying and the graffiti art, because those are the elements that keep hip-hop alive.